So the big question is this. How entrepreneurs like us who have been breaking with old beliefs, like the idea of holding a 9-to-5 job and living paycheck to paycheck, taking a lifetime to reach business and life success as the only option we have? How do we grow our business in a way that lets us highly service our customers, getting our products and services and the things that we believe in out into the world without diluting our life but enhancing it and taking the journey of internal and external growth? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answer. Your host is Marina Simon, and welcome to 10 Exit. Life and business as usual? Never again.
Headlines part 2. Alright guys, the number one single most important piece of sales copy ever, what is it? Secret. Headlines. That's the way you create a pattern interrupt. That's the way to grab attention of your customer, right? What is the purpose of a headline? Is to get people to stop what they're doing and to start reading or watching whatever you're putting in front of them, right? Otherwise, bad results. You're wasting time creating, your sales copy. So everybody's trying to sell something, like I told you on the last episode. You're on the market. I'm selling oranges. They're selling bananas. They're selling clothes. And come to me. No, come to me. When you go into the internet, don't you feel that way? You're in a freaking social market. So you want to pull their attention. It's so funny. I was listening the other day to Russell Brunson, right? Which is a internet marketing guru, truly. And you know what he did? He cracks me up. He turned, in one of his videos, he just turned a booking fire. Really, literally. Booking fire. He almost hurt himself doing that. But guess what he did? He pulled attention of the public. And then another time, he was in front of, he went to Europe, and there was this pink or lilac dinosaur. Not dinosaur, rhino, right. And he was just standing there, almost like a headline. It's grabbing people's attention. Okay, so we were working and giving you some templates on how to create headlines that grab attention. So you don't have to be cracking your head. You can create them in minutes. Here we go. So we're talking about the first and second group of headlines. Now I'm going to give you the third and the last groups. The third group of headline templates that work well and grab people's attention revolves around mistakes. All right? Mistakes. Again, we're looking for people's pain points, right? So that's how you push those buttons. Now, bring a piece of paper and a pen or your computer because I'm going to give them to you. Now, people are petrified of making mistakes, right? In school, we learned that mistakes are bad kid. Think about that for a minute. A test score in school penalizes you for making mistakes. No wonder people get so freaked out, right? It's like, oh my God, I committed a mistake. You see people at work sometimes freaking out. Use this to your advantage with mistakes headlines to grab attention. It's a pain point. Ready? Write the following. Which of these, plural, right? Which of these blank mistakes will you make? Quotation mark. Which of these blanks mistakes you'll make? Okay, example of that one. Which of these physical training testing mistakes will you make? Or which of these pimple treatment mistakes will you make? You see, which of these chiropractic adjustment mistakes will you make? Which of these business mistakes will you make? Which of these sales mistakes will you make? Isn't it getting hotter there? Are you sweating already? All right. Then you can throw in who they are in the group to connect with their identity and grab their attention, right? So throw there. What mistakes are we talking about? All right. So ready? Write the following. Blank mistakes all blank need to avoid. Okay, again. Blank mistakes all blank need to avoid. Example. PT test, physical training test mistakes, all new recruits need to avoid. Right? This is for the militia. Or acne treatment mistakes, all pregnant women need to avoid. Or back adjustment mistakes, all chiropractors need to avoid. Right? Or food mistakes or nutrition mistakes, all mothers need to avoid. Right? Next one. Blank mistakes, every blank needs to avoid. Again, blank mistakes, every blank needs to avoid. Example of this one. 3 PT testing mistakes, every Marine needs to avoid. My God, it's so militia, right? Or 5 acne treatment mistakes, every teenage need to avoid. All right. Now, next group. The fourth template we can use is warning headlines. I don't remember where I read this, but was life-changing to understand. It's a little known fact about how animals respond to danger, right? Especially in the jungle. When one species of animal sounds a warning call, whatever it is, right? Some people, not people, animals, right? They have their own sounds. I've seen dogs do that. I've seen even elephants in Africa do that, whatever it is. All animals respond and pay attention. But when the all clear sounds, it has to be specific to that type of animal, right? So it has to be something that ring to your ideal customer, not anything. So if a macaw starts screaming, that's a kind of animal that a tiger is about to attack, all the animals pay attention, right? But when the macaw calls all clear, the only ones that pay attention are the macaws. So an animal can make a noise and everybody pays attention, right? All the different animals. But when he communicates, everything is fine, they don't understand their language, right? So that's why you have to talk to particularly to your own customer. Using a warning headline is a way to get everybody's attention, even if they're not in your direct target audience, right? You have to be careful not to abuse it or have it to turn it to be a bunch of hype, because that make people mad. It's like, stop calling us, right? They are trained to pay attention to warnings. Warning labels appear on virtually everything in our lives, from prescription medications to plastic bags on plush toys. People respond to be scared to grab their attention with a warning headline. You've seen all those warnings headlines, right? Oh my God, it's dangerous. If you take too much, you can die, or, whatever it is. So warnings, you can overdo this. So don't do it. So don't be like the little boy who cried wolf, right? If you use a warning headline, do it intelligently and realistically also, because sometimes people is like, whatever. It has happened to me. I'm looking and I'm like, yeah, whatever. You can die. Otherwise, you will kill your credibility. You want to keep the credibility that your customer has on you. It's a line of trust, and that's it's the power of that line. Your customer trusts you. So here we go. Example, write it down. Warning. So write this down. Warning. Here's what every blank needs to know about blank. Again, warning. Here's what every blank needs to know about blank. Examples of this. Warning. Here's what every new recruit needs to know about PT testing in boot camp. Or warning. Here's what every teenager needs to know about how over-the-counter acne treatments. Or warning, here's what every chiropractor needs to know about back adjustments. Or warning, here's what every mother needs to know about, 1-year-old child. Next one. Warning, I repeat that, write this down. Warning, don't even think about trying to blank until you read this. This is a hot one. I'm getting grab of it as I'm giving it to you. Warning, don't even think about trying to blank until you read this. Example, warning, don't even think about trying to pass your next PT test until you read this. Or warning, don't even think about trying to get rid of pimples until you read this. Or warning, don't even think about getting pregnant until you read this. Or warning, don't even think about doing a back adjustment until you do this. Or warning, don't even think of choosing a chiropractor until you read this. Interesting, huh? I love this one. It's pretty grabby. Now, here are some headlines, templates you can try that work extremely well under a variety of circumstances. Ready? Write this following up. Here's the perfect solution if you want blank. Again, here's the perfect solution if you want blank. Example, here's the perfect solution if you want to max your next PT test. Or here's the perfect solution if you want a clear skin this week. Or here's the perfect solution on how to keep your business rolling after COVID. Or here's the perfect solution to increase your sales no matter if you're in the middle of a pandemic. Right? Next one. Here's the perfect solution if you want blank, even if blank. Again, we're using the same things we use on the past on even if, right? It does like the 1, 2 of the boxer. Bam! It nails it. 1, 2, 3, and it cracks. It gets all the attention of your customer. So here's the perfect solution if you want blank, even if blank. Here's some examples. Here's the perfect solution if you want clear skin, even if you feel like there's no hope. Or here's the perfect solution if you want to be free of back pain, even if you have tried everything before. All right, next one. That's the last one, guys. Write it down. My proven blank method to blank. Again, my proven blank method to blank. My proven pull-up push method to double your pull-ups. Or my proven clear skin method to get rid of your pimples forever. Or my proven, method of getting rid of my backache forever. Or my proven method to conquest the man of my dreams. Method. No. My proven conquest the man of my dreams method to get him and get married. I'm just making things up, but you get me. Like, it depends on what industry you are. You can always fill in the blanks. Once you realize headlines are templates, truly they are templates, guys. You don't have to crack your brains on this. You'll notice them all around you. A great place to look is in line at the grocery store. Look at the headlines and bullet text on the front of the tabloid magazines. You have all these big headlines. Have you seen it? It's like, oh, Princess D comes back to life. Or, oh, Meghan became a Republican. Or, oh, I don't know. You get these crazy tabloids headlines, right? Don't read the stories about celebrities interbreeding with aliens from outer space, right? See the headlines about those topics, how they're structured, and how you could adapt them for your own headlines needs. They're hot. They're really creative to create those headlines on the tabloids. Recognize that headline templates are all around you. Pay attention to them, because then you can use them for your own advantage. You don't have to be a marketing guru, right? You can do your own headlines. And you don't have to invent something. Just pull up things that you see that people use, that it works. Develop your own swipe file, meaning, just create a file where you put them there and you reuse them, right? Don't use the same one forever. Just have many of them and reuse them. You'll start getting ideas, especially for everything from articles and blog posts to email teasers, by paying attention to which headlines catch your eye. You see, what catch your eyes most likely will catch your customer eyes, because you're looking from that eyeglass view. That's a shortcut, by the way. Develop your swipe file and pay attention to formulas that help you to create headlines fast, right? You can just bam, 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 do them. I do that myself, right? The most significant piece of advice I have for you when it comes to headlines, besides acknowledging the fact that you need to use them, first of all, you can't just drop a body there. And I'm not meaning a hot, cold body or dead body. I'm meaning the body of your writing or your blog or your video, without using the headlines. Is to continuously spend time on your headline and not treat it as an afterthought like many people do, right? Oh, well, I'm going to call it Juanita. In many cases, I devote 50% of the time I spend creating the entire sales piece to the headline. Why, guys? Because if nobody sees it, why are you doing the work, right? It's like, You're trying to give this amazing thing to somebody, but the somebody never arrives. Why bother? Whether it's a sales letter, an email teaser, a postcard, a Facebook post, or something else, if that's going to make me 2 hours, I might spend an hour on the headline. Not all the time, but often, right? You don't have to spend that much, especially when you have a file. You need to give it the time and attention it deserves because it's such a critical element. The headline starts the entire sales process. You see, at the end of the day, you're trying to sell, right? If you don't get the attention, which is step number 1, forget about getting a communication or a message across. You don't have their attention. And by the way, this comes from amazing Jim Edwards, copywriting. He's really good. You know why he's good? Because he gives you really practical exercise that you can execute immediately and get products. And at the end of that, we're about products, isn't it? And effectiveness, results, in other words. Okay, summary. Spend a lot of time working on your headlines, especially for sales copies and ads, is the number 1 factor that determines success or failure. Why again? Because if you don't have their attention, you don't have anything. Never post anything online without a headline or compelling first statement. If in doubt, use curiosity to pull people in. Example, the number 1 headline mistake people make that bleeds them dry. How about that one? I'm giving you a curiosity example. The number 1 headline mistake people make that bleeds them dry. Okay, once you have a headline that works, test new headlines against that one to see if you can improve results. I've seen as much as 500 improvement in sales just by changing a single headline. 5x your sales, guys. I hope it works. Well, I know it works, but I hope it works for you. And a good tip. Have an amazing day. And again, best create one.
Thanks for joining us today on 10 Exit. Life and business as usual, never again. We love always hearing from you. Please feel free to send Marina an email, marina@marinasimonbrand.com. Your input and comments are always welcome, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And if you like the podcast, you can always subscribe to it. Remember, the best way to predict the future is to create it.